As Trump shifts his attention to Iran, the Russian-Ukraine war enters its 5th year with no end in sight. President Zelensky sent this message to Trump before the State of the Union last week. Stay on our side. If we give Putin all he wants, we will lose everything: our homes, our lives, and our families. What Zelensky heard instead was Trump making this deadly war all about him. Trump claims that this is a war which would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened. Two years earlier, Trump made a similar comment announcing, "This is a war that's dying to be settled. I will get it settled before I become president." He later dismissed his cavalier comment, saying, "Well, I was being a little bit sarcastic when I said that. What I really mean is, I'd like to get it settled." Trump was right about one thing: people are dying. 1.2 million Russian and 600,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed, wounded, or are missing. The war has also killed and wounded over 50,000 civilians, with another 10 million internally displaced or are now refugees. Adding to this heartache are the 20,000 Ukrainian children kidnapped and sent to Russian re-education camps. As Trump's 20-point peace plan limps along, Russia has destroyed Ukraine's energy grid, leaving millions with no heat, water, and electricity. Putin accepts the death of Russian soldiers at levels not seen since World War II because he sees Ukraine as a bridge back to Europe, to the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and beyond. Putin sees his legacy as being a modern-day Peter the Great and restoring the Russian Empire, while Zelensky's legacy will forever be defined by the outcome of this war. Zelensky is dealing with another president obsessed with legacy. "My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier." Trump spoke these words at his inauguration last January. What he didn't say out loud is that to him, peace is transactional, not a humanitarian mission. Trump made it clear he wants to recoup funding to the war regardless of the outcome. They may make a peace deal, they may not make a deal. They, meaning Ukraine, may be Russian someday, or they may not be Russian someday. I want this money back. To get this money back, Trump secured access to Ukraine's rare earth elements. The U.S.-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund grants the U.S. access to 50% of these resources. Security guarantees linked to Russian aggression now or in the future are not part of this deal. 5 years on, Zelensky finds himself negotiating an end to this war with a combative president. A president who has bombed 8 sovereign nations and threatened military action on others. A president who ordered troops into American cities and is threatening free and fair American election this fall. Alexandra Matvichuk, the 2022 Nobel Peace Prize laureate and Ukrainian human rights lawyer, sums up what is at stake in Ukraine and the world today. This is not just a war between two states, Russia and Ukraine. This is a war between two systems, authoritarian and democracy. The Academic Junkie brings you the news behind the headlines. Subscribe. Knowledge is power.